record. All right. All right. This is Resident Evil HD Part 2, or Part 3 from January 20th. Right. Right. And we are good. All right. What is up, everyone? Welcome back. We're gonna start back up with Resident Evil. Last time we escaped the mansion, fought a giant snake, watched Richard get eaten by said giant snake, and I feel like we did other things, but almost got bodied by like 3 Crimson Heads. Yeah, so let's hop right back in. Look at me, I am the awful person who forgot to mute their phone. When we last left off, we were in a creepy cabin. So, you know, I got that going for us. Alright. As always, check your items when you get started. You know, like you should. And we're gonna need that in a moment. Hey kids, you want some crank? Jill making an, as always, astute observation. It's square. It's a square crank. Also noticed I am a little hurt, so we're gonna... And that's all we're doing in the cabin. What was that? Well, that looks great. I'm sure nothing bad will... Well, never mind, I guess. Why did the monster drag her over there? Like, that's weird, right? We're not even gonna... We're not gonna bother with the monster. That'll end poorly for us. I'm glad I healed to end up in the same spot I was. Let's head back out to the creepy woods. Nothing bad ever happens in creepy woods. Run away from the stranger danger in the woods. Alright. And just keep moving. Just... Yeah. Keep on moving, Joe. Just... When in doubt, run like you're scared. So I actually have no idea if the crows will be agitated by you running or just... or anything like that. So I always walk here. Because this puzzle is slightly more difficult with crows chasing you. Well, look, one crest turned into 3. Okay. Sorry, I'm just gonna adjust something real quick. Don't mind me. I realize I actually need the gameplay up, so sorry. Just need a brighter screen. Once again, sorry. Just it looked like you guys weren't seeing everything. Okay, that's better. Yeah, as long as you don't irritate those crows, you're kind of fine. And remember to examine, examine, examine. Like, you... Like, this is once again one of those, like... It's not a puzzle. It's a puzzle. Like... Hey, thanks, Undead Cop Chris. I appreciate it. I didn't mean to click on it an extra time, so now we're getting a bunch of words. Which is the downside to every Resident Evil game. You wind up just kind of like... to get through something, and then you click it an extra time, and you're stuck in looping, you know, words. But this is an important thing to get. The Magnum is incredibly useful for everything further on. And I'm not worried about the crows anymore. So yeah, we're just doing a little bit of backtracking. Just a little bit, just to... Just to go back up to the shed. Which, in terms of non-puzzles... Thank you. Yeah. Have you played, assuming from your username, you've played this before, I take it, right, Chris? Or Undead Cop Chris? Also, thanks for the handsome comment. I appreciate that.
This is Brad. If you can hear me, just give me a sign. Anything.
Jill to Brad.
So,
can you hear me? Shit. It's broken.
damn Richard giving us broken radios. That should be fine. Yeah, it's fine. Everything's fine. Nothing is fucked here. Absolutely nothing is fucked here. This is going well. Yeah, no, that went well. Same. I've been playing this game since the or this particular one since the GameCube. It's obviously going well. We're just gonna slap some bullets back in that gun. That could have gone better, admittedly. I'm still, as I go look for a map that's also in the version I'm thinking of, I'm still used to the original version dogs, where if you can kind of stun lock them by shooting, and doesn't work like that in this one. I've I've been playing this game for almost 20 years, and I hope to one day be good at it. Almost wanted to use the Magnum on the hole. Would have achieved something, not the desired outcome. I gotta wonder, though, this cutscene, even in the original, was always like a fully rendered cutscene. Like a cinematic, not like an engine. Now, in the original, I assume it was because of the water effects and, pre-rendered backgrounds not playing well together. This one, they have water effects. So I'm wondering if it's the same reason. Like, they just needed to use the water effects on that to, like, think there's another dog just gonna wreck my shit down here, so let me go ahead and use an herb. But I wonder if it's the, oh no, it's crows. Okay, good. But I wonder if the water effects are why they... Alright, running time. Why that's a cutscene again. Or, yeah, again. I'll go with again. Ooh, you're coming home with me. I also think the snakes might be the most useless enemy in this game. Although there's one coming up. There's one coming up. It gets me every damn time. On that walkway after the, after you drain the pool. Like, that one gets me every time, and I'm wondering if it's gonna... if I'm gonna get hit by it again. And he's usually good for poisoning me. Gosh, he gets me every time. Like, I know he's there. I know it's there every time. I shouldn't be just randomly gendering the snake. It might be a lady snake. Which is my favorite Metal Gear character, Lady Snake. Actually, with how weird Metal Gear is, that might actually be a character. Actually, that franchise is probably one I should try out on here. Because it's... If you haven't played Metal Gear Solid, play Metal Gear Solid. It is a fever dream. Do a little bit of item taking. We're going to throw a save at it, too, so I don't have to do any of that again. Although at this point, I think I can only do better with them dogs. That may have been the sloppiest I've ever done any combat in this game. No. Every time. Not every time, that's unfair. Oh, I don't need to crank either. Free up some of that good old-fashioned inventory space. Of course, we're getting to a point where that was kind of a waste of a full heal. YOLO. We're getting to a point where the handgun's going to be pretty worthless. Other than, like, one or two very specific instances. So, might as well use that. I hope there's not a big giant creepy spider behind me. I really do blame Resident Evil. Jill, you're embarrassing me in front of my friends. I blame Resident Evil for my stand and deliver attitude of video games. Because I tend to play a lot of things where it's just like, you can move and shoot, and I do not move and shoot. It's one or the other, not both. Like I one of my other favorite games that I've been playing for way too long, because I'm an old man, is Max Payne. And that game punishes you severely for not moving. Same thing with last year I played the or not last year, probably a bit longer ago than that, because time is horrifyingly weird now. I played the newer Doom, 2016 Doom. And once again, standing still is a death sentence in that game. And it just did not click with me that, like, oh, I have to move and, like, not die. It also doesn't help that, like, I was playing at work because I have the kind of job where I can kind of spend a bit of time playing video games, which is nice. Which is also why I've reserved a Steam Deck. Which might be dope. I'm hoping it's dope. I could go either way with Valve. Like, Valve tends to make some cool stuff, but pardon me for 1 second. Sorry about that. Just getting sick. Or being sick, not getting sick. Yeah, Valve tends to make some pretty cool stuff. Ooh. Barry was talking to somebody. Like,
Jill.
Barry, I heard someone talking.
Oh, you heard.
Barry looks like a discount Bruce Willis.
I think you might just
It's like Uncanny Valley Bruce Willis.
talking to myself is becoming a bad habit.
Talking to yourself? You alright? What's gotten into you?
I'm getting you worried, aren't I? But don't, I'm alright. I guess this creepy mansion has gotten to my nerves. Anyway,
Barry looking a little thick.
go outside, get some fresh air for a change. Don't worry. I'm just going to get some fresh air. If I'm lucky, I'll get to waste some monsters along the way.
The fresh air thing confuses me because this whole area has to smell like death, right? Like, everything in this game has to just smell like unfettered death. Like, just mold and decay and the weird sweet smell of decay. It's always bad. Don't recommend it. 0 out of 10. Not even with rice. Let's read. Plat 42 report. 4 days have passed since the incident. Since the accident. Reading's fundamental, kids. Remember. The plant at point 42 is growing at an amazing rate. Although there are many unknown aspects about this plant, we know that in comparison with the other group of plants, the T-virus has had a substantially stronger effect on this one particular plant. The T-virus has drastically, I feel like I pronounced that weird, morphed its host anatomy as well as its size. Looking at its current state, it's difficult to imagine its original appearance. Nowhere on Earth will you find anything like it. We've also found that Plant 42 has two main sources of acquiring its necessary nutrients. One source is through its root. Somehow, it has rooted itself down into the basement. Immediately after the accident, a scientist went mad and destroyed the Aqua Ring. It's my favorite Jethro Tull song. Ever since, there's a comma there. Comma means pause. The basement has been like a pool. There is a high possibility that it's one of the chemicals in the water promoting the Plant 42's rapid growth. However, we have yet to determine the specific chemical. It's crocodile. Almost definitely. A bulb-like body of the Plant 42 has been sighted hanging from the ceiling of the first floor. We are sure that it used the air ducts to reach the first floor. Numerous long tentacle-like vines are protruding from the bulb. We believe the vines are the second means of acquiring its nutrients. When the Plant 42... It's weird the way they keep saying the Plant 42. And also, why is plant capitalized? Like, it's weird. It's weird, guys. Guys, it's weird. When the Plant 42 senses its prey, it uses the tentacle-like vines to capture its prey. After doing so, suckers on the vine drain the prey of its blood. We've also noticed that it has some intelligence. When it captures its prey or when it's inactive, the vines twine around the door to stop possible intruders. That's surprisingly tactful for a plant. Side-eye a ficus or something. Unfortunately, several scientists have already fallen victim to this Plant 42. When we heard the stories from the survivors, they all observed one thing in common. When the uniform petal-like flaps open to reveal its vital innards, it has a tendency to become more aggressive. One witness reported that it was Wait, that ain't right. One witness reported that it was as if was trying to protect itself. Why's that breaking my brain? Why it behaves the way it does is still unknown. May 21st, 1998. Henry Sarton. So that file is just giving you a bunch of like, hey, here's how to deal with all that kind of stuff. Now, we're not going to go down yet, but I'm going to reveal the staircase because, staircase. No. Everything needs to be in order, Zill. We must block one bookshelf with the other. We cannot let the books escape. And now the greatest feature that Resident Evil 2 never had until the remake. Bathrooms. So if you do this quick enough, you actually don't have to fight this zombie. He's in the room behind me. I'll deal with him later. Let's see what key we got. Key number one. Key number one. Key for room number one. Let's go check out room number one. There's also a good reason why, like, I'm not running through there for anybody who's unaware. I used the key for room number one. Now throw that shit away. Well, I hope there's nothing horrifying. Oh, God. Oh, no. It's, um... We're gonna skip this note. I have a little bit of... I get story-wise, it's what it is, but... We're gonna skip that note. And we're gonna... You know. I forgot that was in there. I really should have warned. Drain the tub. Drain the tub. Something inside the tub. Once again, don't bother trying to fight them. Just... You got everything in there, just bolt. We're gonna leave this little Derringer, which, fun little fact about those. I'm from the Philadelphia area, and Derringers, a very popular and common Derringer from around the, I want to say like the mid 1800s, like 1850 onward, was made in Philadelphia to the point where the nomenclature for a lot of them was actually called the Philadelphia Derringer. All right, y'all, what's the under-over on how many times I'm going to accidentally leave the room without dropping off the ink ribbon? And hit the button too many times from saving. Just doing a quick little mental checklist of, like, if I have everything. I don't have to go back to the box again. So I've been watching The Simpsons lately. And I'm on like season, say like 13 or 14. Which... Not gonna lie, from this angle, it looks like Zill's trying to shoot me. But I've been watching The Simpsons lately. And I'm like on like, season 13 or 14 or something to that effect. they're making so many references to things that were old when those that were old before that was made. Like, I'm watching, like, the one they made like 2 Blair Witch references in a row. The Blair Witch Project came out in like 99, I think, if I remember correctly. They made 2 references to it in like 2001 at the end of their season. So it's like as far removed from that as they possibly could. Which, I saw a TikTok the other day, which was actually like which brought up a horrifying memory I had. So back when the Blair Witch came out, like I think it was like the Halloween after it came out, or like it had been out already. Cartoon Network had a Scooby-Doo bumper all night. That was the Scooby-Doo project. Or, I forget what it was called, but it was basically a Blair Witch parody with Scooby-Doo. It was the most terrifying thing I remember watching. Like, it legit scared me. Because I was probably somewhere in the neighborhood of like 11 or 12 at the time. And I didn't sleep then, I don't sleep now. I'm gonna run away from the shark. Because it'd be embarrassing if he killed me on stream. Because I don't think I've ever actually died to the shark. Run, Joe, run. Oh. But from watching The Simpsons, I saw an episode where they made a reference to a movie called, I think it was Run, Lola, Run. That I'm fairly certain came out like 94, 93. And I could be misremembering. I haven't seen the movie in a decade at least. Well, that's not ominous. So, like, I could be misremembering when the movie came out. But it just seemed like a really dated reference for them to use as the premise of a short part of a multi-episode. Oh, look, sharks. I wonder... Caution. In case of a drop in oil pressure control, open valve number 3. Definitely feels like this is about to be a puzzle, doesn't it? The controls for the main system. Everything should be working in proper working order. An error message is being displayed. Something appears to have gone wrong while the water was being drained. There's a switch to drain the water. Press it. Yeah, seems like we should drain the water. Oh no, a shark.
Unknown source of pressure detected. Locking all doors to achieve maximum safety.
Locking doors to achieve maximum safety. That don't seem like a good idea. Yeah, you just gotta run back and forth and...
Reaching 30% of pressure threshold.
Oh no. 30? Just hit that switch. Reset that.
Reaching 50% of pressure threshold.
Release the safety switch, which is really you having to do it for a second time is just wasting your time and trying to make this more tense.
Activate emergency drainage.
There's a shark trying to burst through a window to deep blue sea your ass. It's It's tense. It's already tense. Video game. Ba-da-da-ba-ba-ba-da-da. Water is drained. Well, good for the water. Ask your parents. Don't ask your parents. Don't. Raccoon herb. What does that say? Green leaf. Vacuum packaging. Oh, hold on. How do I zoom in? That's just like on a document. That looks like that's just on a thing of loose leaf. Stars. They're just be doing drugs, I guess. Is there anything over here? Oh yeah, grenade rounds that I completely walked over. Gonna run out of space soon. Gonna have to combine some herbs. Have to mix some herbs. Look at his face. Look at the shark's face. Oh yeah, I'm sure this will not end poorly for anyone. Oh no, it ended poorly. Well. I almost did something stupid there. Now we electrocute the shark. That almost ended badly for me. That would have been embarrassing. I'm better than that. What does the T virus react to? Like, it affects mammals, whatever sharks are, like plants. Does the T virus just like react to carbon? Like it affects everything? I keep I keep feeling like I didn't get everything, but I got everything. We're just gonna do some herbs. A good thing we did some herbs, because I found some big bullets. I do like how they changed this from the original. It used to be you'd still have to go backtrack the way you came to get out. And there would still be that weird pool that you put the boxes in to walk back across. Which doesn't make sense because you drain the aqua ring. But here, water all gone. Which I've never clicked on that before, so I'm actually surprised there was a text box there. I legit thought that was going to be a Crimson Head and he was just going to wreck my shit. Just slap me around like none. I was wrong. Happy to be wrong on that one. Oh, I didn't check it. And now I'm throwing it away. I like how the bees break off if you just run a little bit. It's like, she's going, just leave her. It's always what it's really like when I deal with bees. But there's more screaming and crying. From me. 'Cause bees are scary. Like, there's a map of the residence here. Take it. So we didn't take that map earlier because I think if you leave that map, bees don't come through that hole. Like, I think you can get away without having to deal with the bees because if you just leave the map there, it's just fine. Everything's fine. I thought there was a... I mean, there's a red herb over here. I'm going to go ahead and take that, but I swear there's a self-defense knife in here. And combined. What's funny is, when I'm not trying to talk, read, and... Oh, there's another green, or whatever color that is. I swear I'm not colorblind. Examine. Residence Key 3. Which, that dude always looked so horrifying to me. Like, the swollen eyes and grasping at his throat. Like, that's horrifying. We're gonna lock this door, but we're not gonna go in there quite yet. Because we're gonna make a run to the item box. The true horror of Resident Evil. Okay, so pick up the thing already. You're making me look bad. The true horror of Resident Evil is constantly having to go back to the item box. Like, granted, I don't think they should just let you carry around everything on your person at all times. Man, if you pick up stuff in this game, you gotta constantly go back to the item box. And climb up the boxes and down the boxes. So, like, I actually think that, like, while that's a thing we all enjoy enough from Resident Evil, like, the near constant back and forth that you do in this game is crazy. Do I need anything? I'm gonna throw a save at it. Feels weird to tier my saves like this. I normally never do. Because, you know, I like to live dangerously. We're actually about to do a boss fight, so I probably should have brought something with a little bit more oomph than the pistol. What should I bring? Bring those just in case. Just in case. The dust effects in this all look really great. I just noticed it a moment ago. Like, they did such a great job with this. Like, it runs at a good frame rate. It really, like... You know, if there's a Silent Hill, we'd have to fight those moths. Organic Chemistry Lab Experiment. The similarities in the cellular characteristics of rapidly growing plant infected by the tyrant virus have been reported in previous papers. However, while repeating these experiments, an interesting new fact became clear. We learned that a chemical in the UMB family, UMB number 20, contains a compound that is toxic to the cells of the plant. We have given UMB number 20 a new name, Vijolt. If calculations prove correct, then Vijolt is applied directly to the root of the plant. The entire plant should be dead within 5 seconds. Vijolt can be made by simply mixing the VP and UMB chemicals in a specific ratio. However, extra care must be taken when handling these UMB chemicals. They have been known to generate toxic gases if mishandled. The characteristics of each UMB chemical are as follows. UMB number 3, red. Yellow 6, yellow. UMB number 7, green. UMB number 10, orange. VP-017, blue. Vijolt, dark brown. It's just bourbon. I'm pretty sure this book is called Bandaged in Blood. Yeah, Bandaged with Blood. It's a very short read. Like, we're gonna reorder these here books. Put the middle bit of the lady in the middle. Put the arm bit of the lady where the arm bits go. And put the hair where the hair goes. Once again, this game has more puzzles than puzzles. Can you guess what's happening now with the whole switching weapons? Does that break the immersion? Not thrilled that it hit me that many times. We really got to the root of that problem. That's a bad line from the original. Which I'll probably be playing Sunday on here. Tune in. Ooh, a lollipop. Oh, what's the key? Damn, that took 8 rounds. I got the helmet key. Yay, helmet. Why are there 14 bullets in my gun? I want the full complement.
Wesker.
Jill, so you're safe.
That's what I was going to say.
I apologize. It was all I could do to protect myself against those strange creatures.
I understand. Anyway, it's good that you're safe.
Did you notice? Barry, he sounded a little flaky.
Now that you mention it, yeah. I'll keep a close eye.
Maybe it's quite natural under these circumstances. It's not really our standard operation. Jill, our first priority is to get out of here.
I agree.
There are still rooms in that mansion we can't get into because they're locked up. I've been looking for ways to...
Okay, if there's anything, I'll go back to the other mansion.
I'm counting on you.
Wesker's putting a lot of effort in to shoot that one, two... Oh, there were multiple bees. Never mind. We're just gonna... Go ahead and... I said, oh, there you go. We're just gonna go ahead and take care of those for him. Like a good subordinate. Let's see. We're gonna grab a little something here while we're here, and I actually think that is about where I'll call it for the night. We're gonna grab us some blue herbs and call it an evening. These are now full heals. I want that. But yeah, so I think that's about it for tonight. I'll put that with my guns. All right. Thank y'all for spending time with me. Hope y'all had fun. Drink some water. Be good people. Have a good night.